Thanks, Lisa. There's an old joke about the first car being built in 1885 and the first auto race taking place in 1886 when the second car was built. It seems that competition has always been an important part of the automobile's history. And High Road reporter Craig Singhaus, an avid amateur racer himself, loves digging into racing's past. This week, Craig brings us a report from a race that many of you have probably never heard of. But it was one of America's first major motor races, and it's still going strong.
Standing at 6,288 feet, Mount Washington is the tallest peak in the Appalachian mountain chain, which stretches all the way from Maine to Georgia. High atop this majestic New Hampshire landmark, the winds have been recorded at over 230 miles an hour. This is not the sort of place where you'd expect to drive a car. The views from this winding 8-mile road are breathtaking and scary. Some people were terrified just driving it, let alone racing up it. But this intimidating road is the site of the oldest hill climb in America, dating back to 1904, some 5 years before the birth of the Indianapolis 500. It took 8 years to carve a road into this mountain. Completed in 1861, Mount Washington's Road to the Sky became the first man-made tourist attraction in America. In those days, fleets of horse-drawn carriages carried dozens of vacationers up the 8-mile road to the chilly summit.
But the history of the Road to the Sky changed forever when in 1899, this Stanley locomobile made the first ascent of Mount Washington by horseless carriage.
It was Freeland Stanley himself who took that historic drive, and in just 5 short years, the first Climb to the Clouds race was held, featuring an odd assortment of those newfangled horseless carriages, dashing up the mountains at speeds in excess of 20 miles an hour. And today, the tradition continues, as cars of all makes and models tackle the treacherous road to the sky. There's no doubt about it, the road is tough. So tough that the wiring in my Mustang was jarred loose. I couldn't finish the race. But then I got off easy. Others were less fortunate.
At about the 1-mile marker, we encountered a series of strong bumps that tossed the car sideways. I believe at that point the axle snapped, and the car then continued about another 4 miles up the hill before we really needed to park it.
But it's a great road. It's scary and it's fun. And drivers come back to it again and again, like former record holder Tim O'Neill.
It's funny, I could see myself driving in 1905, one of those old beaters, and running the wheels right off it. In the old days, it was bravery, because they weren't operating with such good equipment. I think that these people had a lot of respect for the mountain, and obviously the mountain won't change. People will come and go, but the mountain will always stay the same.